Today I'll be doing a very brief overview of the Choose Your Legends 10 Fade channel. We also got the banner trailer, so we did get more info, but I'll do a proper breakdown once we get the data mine and the banners out in-game. For now, let's just discuss what was revealed so far. The runner-up for the men's division is Sylvain. As an aside, if you've been keeping an eye on Fortune's Weave info, the Crest of Gautier is extremely suspicious in that game. A coincidence, I'm sure, but brave Sylvain will indeed get his Lance of Ruin, and he is a Lance Cavalier. He's dressed up in his timeskip attire, but it's definitely got some modifications. Sylvain is going to be all in on attack, speed, and defense, even having -7 sabotage debuffs for those stats. His Lance of Ruin has the usual slaying, true damage, and excel flat DR along with Kanto distance. Sylvain will also inflict Frozen despite being pretty quick. Now Lance of Ruin has the Ruin Sky style for a 2-space range attack with 10 true damage and flyer weapon triangle advantage, not effectiveness. That's a bit different. Sylvain's unique C skill, Philanderer, grants the bonded status to an ally after assisting them, and it grants it to allies within 3 spaces after initiating. Sylvain can give bonded allies +5 stats, 7 true damage and flat DR, and no follow-up if you outspeed. If Sylvain has bonded allies, he also gets an extra action, and bonded allies acting within 3 spaces of Sylvain will give another extra action. That's pretty crazy. Now the last part of this skill will also give Sylvain a 100% potent follow condition. To synergize with his bonded effects, Sylvain has a new speed and defense Union B skill. This gives a new Union status in the same methods as bonded, except Union can keep spreading among your team. If 4 units have Union, you can get +8 to all stats from that status. The Union B skill itself will also give up to 12 true damage, no guard, and 50% DR piercing to those allies. The user gets more true damage and flat DR, so think of this like a variation of the favorite B skills. Everyone except healers can get to use it. For other fodder, Sylvain will have Shatter Slash, Attack and Speed Rival Break, and the best skill in the game, Reposition. Overall, Sylvain's definitely a team player. His C skill and the new Union B skill grant a ton of stats, true damage, flat DR, and then no follow-up, no guard, and DR piercing. His weapon inflicts a lot of debuffs with Frozen as well. Generally, Sylvain will reposition, get an extra action, then attack. If his bonded allies fight near him, he can get another extra action. Seems pretty solid to me, just gotta watch out for magic damage. The runner-up for the ladies is Azura, who has an outfit including Hoshido, Nor, and Vala according to Faye. Azura's spear tip is actually a colorless tone, and she's a flying mage this time. Brave Azura has high speed and res. She has speed and res detect aerial for res comparing debuffs, and her 3-fold him weapon has +5 phantom res. This weapon also gives support for +5 stats, pre and pulse, and if your team initiates with weapon triangle advantage, Azura actually gives you triangle depths effect. That's pretty cool because Azura herself will get weapon triangle advantage against colorless units. We're gonna have to rename it to the weapon line instead of triangle. For other effects, Azura will get the usual combat perks and Kanto distance. So, Azura is a dancer, but she dances in an entirely new way. Yours to Climb can dance an ally and re-enable Kanto. It can also be used on an ally who is not yet acted. It will give them a Perform status, which will trigger after the ally acts. At that point, they get an extra action, so it's like a delayed dance. However you refresh an ally, Azura also gives +1 movement and Draconic Hex. She herself gets extra actions, cause why not at this point? Yours to Climb has a style. Instead of a long range attack, Azura gets a long range dance, or well, she just gets to use her assist with the same effects we just went over. Basically, Azura introduces Perform and a long range style to dance from very far away. If you thought the 2-range dancing was kinda crazy, well, not anymore. From the trailer, we know Azura's 2 other new skills. She has Shadow Rush X, which is actually just the upgraded Shadow Smite. Azura can give an ally Perform and smite them in after. To further support them, her A skill is Rhythm Session. This is a Dancer A skill with +10 stats, 7 true damage and flat DR, defensive tempo, and guard. If the Dancer has acted in the current turn, you can give +4 stats to allies from long range. Support effects from the A slot is definitely uncommon for an inheritable skill. Overall, Azura should be good by default because she's a dancer. She introduces a new dancing method though thanks to Perform, and has a long range style on top. It's gonna be a fun main chapter map for sure. Our winner for the boys is Sigurd. According to Faye, Sigurd is wearing his uniform from his academy days. He's going to be a sword cav again, so if you missed out on Dual Sigurd number 2, well, here's another option. Like that recent ult, Sigurd sacrifices res for great attack and defense with some speed. His Sacred Ambition sword has the usual combat perks with Kanto Distance. For support, Sigurd can give Truly Incited, Defense Liberate, and 50% Dare Piercing. Since we never got that FE4 remake, Sigurd is not giving up momentum. He doesn't even have a new Momentum B-skill version because this time Momentum cooldown is baked into his weapon, and it's a buffed up version that can give -3 instant cooldown based on his movement. Like his recent ult, Sigurd's AoE special is 4 cooldown now, and it's called Crusader's Heir. Sigurd will be able to proc it with Momentum and Slaying. This special gives Sigurd his signature Gallop for 5 movement along with 40% DR. It also gives his first follow-up true damage equal to Ignis's 80% defense scaling. Like before, Sigurd will also give +1 movement to his team to follow his charge into battle after combat. Now, for a new mechanic, triggering this special activates Cadenza combat after the fight. Cadenza is a brand new way to attack in Fae, and it occurs before Kanto movement. Cadenza prevents you from moving, but it gives extended attack range. For Sigurd, he gets to Cadenza attack anyone within his AoE's box range. Also unique to Sigurd is that he gets to use Cadenza twice in the same turn. It's technically not an extra action, but Sigurd can defeat 3 enemies in one turn, and then he gets to use Kanto. Obviously, this is all pretty crazy. If the AoE weakens multiple foes, Sigurd can take them out with Cadenza combat. He won't trigger his AoE multiple times, but that's why he's got that Ignis level damage on his follow-up. Do note though, you do not have to use Cadenza if you can't defeat the enemy. There is a new End Cadenza button at the bottom of the screen. To wrap up, Sigurd's fodder skills are Attack and Defense Rival Break and Shadow Shift X. He has a new B skill called No Risk, and it's an interesting skill. First off, any Cavalier and Flyer can use No Risk. Like Patience, it requires the user to have 30 speed before entering battle. You get the same 20% defense scaling true damage and flat DR. No Risk then has Briar's 40% damage reflection effect. No Risk will have a potent follow-up effect like Patience, but there's a major conditional check now. To get the potent follow-up, you need to win a defense check. Because of that, Patience definitely still has a job. No Risk doesn't have the reverse vantage portion and it has Briar damage reflection, but if you can't win that defense check, then it's not going to help when initiating. I am curious what skill No Risk will build out of. I'm getting the feeling it's not going to be as easy to inherit like Patience. Finally, the winner of the women's division is Tsubasa. Sueo and Shadow's Cup were weaponized to give Tokyo Mirage Sessions something new after 6 years. Instead of her combat form, Tsubasa gets to chill in her school outfit. Mirage Hida is using her Falcon Knight design, which is pretty neat. Now, Brave Tsubasa is a green flying mage with great offensive stats. While the boys are sacrificing res, the girls are sacrificing defense. Tsubasa seems to have finally broken into the 50 base speed territory. It looks like the floodgates are now open. For her weapon, Mirage Excalibur gives the usual combat perks. Tsubasa will get Miracle that she can loop, as well as Kanto 2. Excalibur also keeps its flyer effectiveness, so watch out for other flyers. For her support effect, Tsubasa gives Cadenza to allies within 2 spaces. Those allies get to Cadenza attack enemies within +1 of their usual range. So, melee allies get to attack within 2 spaces, range units get to attack within 3 spaces. Tsubasa will enable 2 uses of Cadenza for her team. Tsubasa's unique C skill is I'll Soar Higher. To trigger Cadenza, Tsubasa has Tana's warping ability, meaning if Tsubasa has acted in the current turn, allies get to warp within 2 spaces of her from anywhere on the map. Because Warp Bubble hasn't suffered enough, Tsubasa also gives Pass to those allies warping in. In addition, she has her own 2-space warping effects. For other bonuses, this skill can give +4 stats to allies from long range. For herself, Tsubasa gets 7 true damage and flat DR, no follow-up, and a 100% potent condition. Basically, after acting, Tsubasa is going to summon the entire cavalry for reinforcements. On top of mass warping, those allies get Cadenza to attack multiple times after. To bring more Tokyo Mirage Sessions mechanics back, Tsubasa has the return of Blade Session in the form of a new Jam Session A skill. This skill is for flyers and cavaliers only. It grants attack and speed equal to 10 plus the number of allies who have already acted in the current turn. If 2 allies have acted, you can get +14 attack and speed. Gem Session also gives plus 7 true damage and 7.5 DR, plus you can get breath type cooldown. That's pretty good. Last, if the user has already acted, you give plus 4 stats to allies within 3 spaces. Obviously, that last part will synergize with Tsubasa's warping effect very well. Overall, Brave Tsubasa will be an initiation monster if you cannot take her out. Team warping with Cadenza for multiple initiations? Oh boy. I don't think Tsubasa even needs to fight, but if she does, she has Miracle. To supplement it, she is also bringing Logic for percent damage reduction and a new Demonic Shackle B skill. As far as I can tell, Demonic Shackle is just Demonic Force, except you swap the debuff neutralization effect with applying Res Shackle on your enemy. Personally, if you don't have debuff neutralization, I'd stick with Demonic Force. If you can cover that effect though, well, Demonic Shackle can increase your team's magical damage. The CYL 10 banner will be up on the next reset, and it will last for an entire month. You know it's over because September 17th is when Fortune's Weave is releasing. Like usual, the CYL banner has no 4-star focus units, but it does have 4 spark opportunities if you want everyone. Of course, all players get 1 free pick out of any of the 4 winners. Have fun and good luck on your summons. Just in case any new players haven't used their CYL 8 free picks yet, you have less than a month to do so. Only the 2 most recent CYLs keep their free picks up at a time, although we're probably also getting CYL 8's refines next month. Continuing, the Grand Hero battle unit for this CYL batch is Rodrigue. He will be available 1 day after the banner launches. Felix's dad will be a Blue Mage Cavalier. Rodrigue has great attack and res, but very middling speed and defense. Rodrigue will have attack and res Bond and Glacies. His B skill appears to be Magic Gambit, which would be really cool because you need that skill to inherit Demonic Force and possibly the new Demonic Shackle. Rodrigue's tome is Masterful Aura. Hopefully we will all feel the aura because this weapon seems to have a style that does something. I cannot tell just from the map view. In combat, Rodrigue appears to have Slang and Breath type cooldown. I'm pretty sure he's only getting 10% DR from Magic Gambit because Loot has DR Piercing. Unless Masterful Aura has more % DR effects, it's somehow giving over 30 flat DR. That being said, Rodrigue has the Crest of Hodarius, and their hero's relic is the Aegis Shield. It's very possible he is getting more % DR, maybe from his style. Looking forward to seeing just what this weapon has to offer. This Fate channel has one more bit of news. Like usual, we are getting another Dragonflower increase. From the stats in the trailer, I'm pretty sure we are moving on to Generation 11 BST for our units. Not a surprise. To celebrate power creep, in the upcoming Foraging Bonds, you can score 1000 Dragonflowers of every type. You can use those on your old favorites to help keep up. That'll be it for this CYL 10 preview. I will do a proper breakdown very soon, but for now it does seem clear that Brave Azura is probably going to be a major issue. The new Cadenza Comet mechanic is also very interesting. Thank you for watching, start thinking about your free picks, and I will see you very soon.